Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. These are mods for the 16th of March. Well, not just these, obviously, there are loads. We have mods galore today. I'm going to start off actually updates. There are two updates to maps. New Bartelshagen 2022 by AtsaVR has had an update. The changelog is quite extensive on that. I'm not going to read it all out. I would suggest you go and have a look. Read the changelog. There's a load has been changed on there. A load of stuff has been added. Quite extensive. And the construction map by the Lort. The changelog is not as extensive, but there's a few things have been changed on there. Construction map does say it needs a new save game. New Bartelshagen 2022 doesn't specify that it does. Right then, this little cluster of mods first, then we'll move down onto the field. In front of me, we have got the potato pallets by Happy Mole, 0.07 megabytes download. There are 2 slots each until they've been used, 2,000 litre pallet of potatoes, which you can either use for feed or you can use for various different productions that we've got available, or you could use for putting into your potato planters. You can put seed into a potato planter or actual potatoes, so you could use it for those if you wanted to. This you'll find under your objects, under pallets, potatoes on the very end, 850 for 2,000 litres, which isn't too bad. That says 1 slot there because I've already got one. So obviously the slot count will then drop, but then once you've used it, those slots will then come back onto your slot count. And yeah, it's 2,000 litres of potatoes on a pallet. What else to say about that one? Behind that, we have got this. This is the Lizard double pallet fork by Dutch Modding Inc. 0.91 megabytes download, 1 slot on console. It's not adjustable or anything like that. You'll find it under telehandler tools. I'm sure it was telehandler tools. There we go. 1,200 slot count. What did I say it was? Was 1 anyway, so that's all right. So we can change the adapter on it. So we can have it for telehandler, front loader, 3-point or back in. So whichever you want to put on it, and with other adapters available, you can kind of mix and match. We can change the main colour to anything on that pallet. And it's a double pallet fork. I mean, there's not really much else to say about it other than that. It will pick things up. 2 things at a time, or 4 if you've got them stacked and you're feeling brave. But there's no straps on it or anything like that. As you can see, the pallet bottom right is saying 2,000 litres of potatoes. I wasn't lying. There we go. The Lizard double pallet fork by Dutch Modding Inc. Moving on from there, we've got this. This is the Fent cargo pack. This is by Bayern-Agrar. 13.09 megabytes download. In this pack, we've got 2 different front loaders. We've got the Cargo 4 and the Cargo 5. And then we have got the shovel and we've got the spike. The Cargo 4 and 5 are both 4 slots, and then the bucket and spike are 2 slots. We can change colour configurations on them. I mean, they're under front loader technology. I try, when I do mod reviews, to do the things that don't have a lot of options and things that are kind of self-explanatory. I try and do those first normally. So there we go on the end. We've got the Cargo 4, Cargo 5. The Cargo 4 is 11 grand, 5 is 14. The 5 being larger for bigger tractors, the 4 being smaller. We've got option on this of the 4x75 or the 4x80. I'm trying to look at... I can't see anything that changes. And then we've got main colour we can change. We've got 3 main Fent colours. I say main Fent. Then the petrol, red, black, grey and orange. And that's the same. The 5X, we've got the 5X85 and the 5X90. Same thing with the main colours on there. And then if we go to the actual front loader tools, universal shovel, 1,450 litres, and the bale spike. We've got colour options on this one as well to match up with the front loader assembly. This one we can have a 3 spike or a 2 spike, and the same thing with colour options. Yeah. So a set of front loader gear of the Fent variety. Moving down onto the field. We've got this. This is the Unia Grudziadz, I think it is. Grudziadz 3. It's by HajstelMods, 4.12 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. This is a 1.1 meter plow. You will find it under plows. 900 to buy, only requires 45 horsepower to pull. We can change the main colour to anything on that pallet, design colour to anything on that pallet. Let's hop in. So what I'm going to do is put that on. So I'm pretty sure it will give us the option to create fields, yeah. So let's zoom in, drop it down. Obviously the tractor I've got this one is not far too large. Of course it will run on a tractor this size, but it's designed for small tractors. And we can create fields as well. L1 and triangle. If you want to extend a field or create your own, it will take a while to create your own with a plough this size, but there you go, 1.1 metre. The Unia Grudziadz 3 by HajstelMods. Stop that. Turn that off. Moving on from there, we've got this. This is the Fermenting Silo pack. This is by HungryCow design. We've got a few of these now, and of various different sizes and abilities and things. I'm going to put the zone markers on as well. That will help greatly. So this is 3.87 megabytes download. There are 3 in this pack. 17 slots, and 20 slots. This is a 17 slot version. This will take grass, hay. I'm going to check it. Let's go into here and we'll see, shall we? This should be under, now I'm trying to remember whether it was under factories or whether it was silos. I think this one was under silos, which threw me a little bit. There we go. So these 3 here, 60 grand, 17 slots. Oh, of course, yeah. Grass, hay or chaff. Couldn't think of the word chaff. So we've got 60,000 pounds, euros or dollars one, 100,000 or 200,000. The difference between them is the 60,000 priced one is a capacity of 338,000 litres, and that's of each crop type, not combined. The 100,000 one has a capacity of 565,000 litres. And then the 200,000 one, which is 20 slots, has a capacity of 925,000 litres. So those are the capacities. If we hop out, as you'll probably see in a minute, putting in, your unload point is done there. We've got our point here for going in and operating them, or you can do it from your tablet or however you look at it. And that's where you take your products out. So if I go into there now, we are the top one here. So chaff silage, grass silage or hay silage. Each one runs at the same speed. It's a 1-for-1 ratio regardless. As you can see, I've got 565,000 litres of chaff in there, and I wanted to make sure that it would take the same amount of each rather than a combined total, if you know what I mean. So I've got a bit of grass in there, a bit of hay, and if I just activate those, off will go the processes, and we're starting to store silage. You can put it on storing, you can put it on distributing. If you've got a biogas plant, you want it to go straight there. If you put it next to it, you could do that if you wanted to save you having to transport it. But at 240,000 cycles per month, I think it does, was it 7,000? This one does 10,000 litres an hour. The smaller one does 7,500 litres an hour, and the large one does 20,000 litres an hour. So this will honk through your silage pretty quickly. Very nice indeed. The Fermenting Silo pack by HungryCow design. Next, we've got the Tmr Mixing Station. This is by Happy Mole, 7.21 megabytes download, 16 slots on the console. We have our point for taking our TMR out when it's ready. We have got our putting in. So we've got our hay, we've got our straw, and we've got our silage. And then around the side, we've got where your mineral feed goes in. The mineral feed requirement is much smaller. Doesn't require anywhere near as much. This has a total capacity of 46,000 litres, so you can only process 46,000 litres at a time, but you could have a rolling, you could fill it up gradually as you go. We have got a modded mixer wagon that does 45,000 litres, but that's quite expensive, and this isn't too expensive, which kind of makes it a fairly viable proposition, I'm not going to lie. We have got a few different mixing stations, but this one is very nice. This one is under factories, and so under production, under factories, scroll across, and is the one right on the end. So it's only 30,000. 30 grand, Slot count of 16 comes down to 1 for any subsequent one you buy, and you place it and you're good to go. If we go back into our menu here, Totalmix Ration is the one in the middle there. So if we look across, it takes 360 of silage, 360 of hay, 180 of straw, so half the amount of straw, tiny amount of mineral feed to give us 920. That's the recipe coming out. So our combined fill levels, 18,000 litres of silage, 18,000 litres of hay, 1,000 litres of mineral feed and 9,000 litres of straw. So it gives that nice mix already. And what I like as well, on one of the other ones I tried, I can't remember which one it was now, the mineral feed was on there. And you do need mineral feed. If you don't put mineral feed in here, it won't allow you to turn the mixing station on. It will say missing product. The mineral feed intake was exactly the same as all the others. So you were having to put, I mean, I suppose you didn't have to put loads in there, but because the recipe's only asking for 20, it's going to get through it quite sensibly, I would imagine. So yeah, so with a total of 46,000 litres, there we go. We now got a total mixed ration being made. And you can just walk away, hands off, come back to it when you need it later. The total mixed ration is being processed. Again, we're in that situation. I still keep pinching myself, thinking back, and we had some factory stuff, and we had a few things, and they weren't without their problems because they used the animal system on FS19. That we've become very blasé about all this stuff. All the production chain stuff is that we can make pig food now, we can make total mixed ration now, and we could before. Farmer Manu had made some great mods that did those as well. But the fact they're here and they work, and there's so many of them. We've got grass dryers that make hay, and we've got fermenting silos that make silage, and we've got total mixed ration making machines, and we've got, and I think we've become a little bit kind of, oh yeah, another one of those. I'm speaking generally from the way I feel sometimes, and comments and things like that. But anyway, there we go. That's the Tmr Mixing Station by Happy Mole. Moving on, we've got something rather large. This is the Hessian Farm. This is by Bernie MW, 16.77 megabytes download, which I think is incredible. Part of this pack, and it is a pack, we've got a farmhouse, a multi-fruit silo, a fermenting silo, and a cowshed. Now, in placing these, I've just done a little bit of landscaping around it. These fit together in any configuration you want. This is just how I did it. The farmhouse section is this section here. And we've got our sleep trigger and we've got our wardrobe trigger just there. This section here, and these interlock kind of, you can put them anywhere you want, but this is your multi-fruit silo. Fermenting silo, I just put over the back out the way there. And then the cow barn, I can just kind of edged it up next to it. Again, any way round you want to do this, you absolutely can. But the detail on these, and they're fantastic. Sound effects, quality stuff. Oh, we've got lighting. If we go inside, there we go. This one as well, hayloft, detailing of the wood structure, all of it. It's just absolutely brilliant. Love it. Really, really, honestly. This is the mod review on its own right. I mean, the problem I've got today, and I'm going to try and get around these. I know I always say that, then I waffle on a bit more. We've got this. We have got a Fen Vario Package. We have got what's the other one? Well, multiple mods within a thing, and each one could be a mod review in its own right. More storage around to the sides here with lighting. We open this one and this one. We've got a little side storage here, like a carport, if you would call it that. Inside here we've got a silo, in and out. The silo holds 2 million litres. I'm going to back the lorry in to show you all the different products it takes. The fermenting silo, if we go into our menu here, and we go to there, you'll see this one here, down below, the Hessian fermenter silo, and this one has got a really nice trick up its sleeve as well. This will do straw silage, so you can bring straw here as well and get silage out as well. Again, that byproduct of doing your wheat, your barley, your oats, leave that swath on the ground, bring it over here, use it. Straw, I think, in FS22 is far more relevant now with all the different procedures and product chains and things we can use. I think rather than just padding for Totalmix Ration or bedding. There are so many things it can be used for now, which I think is brilliant. Now this I think will hold 2 million litres as well. I started putting chaff in to see what the capacity was, and it was taking me a while. I think we're just over halfway, and that says just over 1 million litres, so I think this is going to be 2 million litre capacity as well. I would imagine of each two. I don't see any reason why not. The ratio, if we go up each one, is a 1-to-1 ratio, 1,000 in, 1,000 out. Actually, we can set the chaff one to go now. And we've got a little bit of straw in there. Might as well set that going as well. So we're now producing silage in there. Cows holds 45. With our dialogue box being here for putting our 45 in, out, buying, selling, loading or unloading. The gate does open. Really nice ironwork gate on there. Round to the side, this opens and closes. But we've got our milk point just here. Bedding and feed trigger was just inside the door and worked no problem at all. Lighting, where's my lighting gone? That worked earlier. Slurry point is just there. If you want manure with any of the cow barns and stuff, you need to put an external manure heap in place. I haven't done that with this one. I should have done really, but external manure heap will need to go in place. But really nice, neat, tidy. Again, the level of detail on the brickwork and the woodwork, fantastic. It's a really nice set. I love the archway on the way in. All of it. It's brilliant. So if we go into our build mode then, we'll start off at farmhouses, and I'll show you what I mean. Let's let's have one though, isn't it? The Hessian Farmhouse is 100 grand. And it won't let me place another one, will it? Of course not. Although it says only one allowed per farm. And you can see this is how it comes. And we can rotate it and put it in any position we want. That's absolutely fine. If we go to our silos, or was it production? We'll try silos. Yeah, so a Hessian multi-fruit silo with barn. So the farmhouse is 14 slots. The multi-fruit silo is 12 slots, which now comes down to 1. Like I said, 2 million litres. That's what that looks like. I mean, the fact that you can put any of these, you can put these in yourself. A 2 million litre silo is a fairly large building, but 11 grand. No brainer, if you ask me. Then we've got I think this one's under productions. There we go. The Hessian Fermenter silo. That one is 9 slots, which comes down to 1. That's only 15 grand, and I think we've already established that holds about 2 million litres of each. 15 grand for a fermenter silo that holds 2 million litres of each product, including straw. Fantastic. And then lastly, under production chains, we have got our animals, our cows, and on the end there, 50 grand, which again, when you look at the price of the standard in-game ones, for 45 cows, slot count on that is 17, which comes down to 1. Brilliant. Now, there is a new map out as well called Frühling by, I always say Kaz, KA77E. I think this is a required mod for that map. I think that's why they both come out on the same day. So this will be part of that map. But yeah, very cool indeed. The Hessian Farm by Bernie MW. Moving on from there, we have got this. This is the Brantner TR3800 by AgrarModding. 4.96 megabytes download. It is 5 slots on console. It's Power Tube Plus. I always thought the power tubes were push rather than lift, but that just may be the... Now that's weird. Have I written this down then? I'm just going to double check this because I think I'm losing my mind. Yeah, on the website it says 3800, which I've written down. On the side that says 380. It's a minor thing, but so I thought, hang on, did I write that down wrong? Which wouldn't be the first time, let's be honest. Nice looking trailer. You'll find it in the tools and trailers. Surprise, surprise. Oh yeah, and it says there 3800. How weird. Okay, never mind. 33 grand for the base model. We can have it Well, it comes standard with the extension, although it's already charging you 5,500. That's standard. 33,000 litres, or we can have it 43,000 litres. It will take all crop types regardless whether you've got the extension or not. We've got the option of Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein and back again. Trelleborg, standard, standard 2, wide, wide 2, back to standard. Michelin, standard, wide, back again. BKT, standard, wide, back again. Vredestein, standard, wide, back again. And then we're back to Trelleborg. So the Trelleborg's got the extra sets of tyres. All the others are standards and wides. Main colour, anything on that pallet. Rim colour, anything on that pallet, including a chrome, if you want to go for a chrome finish, or standard sort of colours. And the license plate option as well, should you wish to use it. We will hook up. We won't. We'll hook up. There we go. We have got the option of tip side back or tip side grain door. Grain door looks like that. Back. Unloads like that. Nice smooth animation. Does the job. Rear steering axle, as you can see the rear axle's turning. Nice looking trailer. That's the Brantner TR, well, 380 or 3800, whichever way we're actually looking at it, by AgrarModding. Next up we have got this is the Kröger TAW or TOR package. It's also by Bayern-Agrar. There are two in this pack. There's a double axle and a triple axle. I've gone for the triple. The options on both of them are exactly the same, just different capacities, that's all. This package is 10.99 megabytes download. 8 slots for the small one and 7 for the larger one for some reason. I don't know why it's that way around, but yeah, not too heavy on the slot count either. Another nice looking trailer. This is a push trailer for unload rather than lift. So for some of those barns and buildings or silos or wherever it is you're unloading, if you haven't got a lot of headroom, these trailers work out really, really well. Also under trailers. So as I said, we've got the TAW20, the TAW30, double axle, triple axle, 42 grand, 56 grand, 8 slots and 7 slots. Although it says 1, I've already got one, that's why. And like I said, the options are the same on both, so I'll just show them on one of them. We've got the triple out already, so we'll look at the double. Tyre choices, Trelleborg, Michelin, Vredestein, back again. There are no options on Trelleborg, Michelin, or Vredestein. The Vredesteins are wider, just those 3 tyre choices. We've then got warning stripes, down, up, or both. Cover, yes or no. Like I say, that's the same on both trailers. License plate option, if you want to have license plate on there. Actually, one thing I didn't check was, does it have? It does. We can raise and lower that front flap. So if you're using it for like silaging work, maize harvest, something with a forage harvester, you can raise and lower that. Cover, open and closed. I did use this for putting TMR into the cow pasture over there, and when it was full, the contents clipped through the cover. So something to bear in mind, it's just a small thing. It was only a little bit really, but then unloading. There we go. Rear steer axle on this one as well, and front. I think the other one's got front steer axle as well. Yeah, the Brantner has 2 front and rear steer axles. Very nice indeed. The Kröger TAW package by Bayern-Agrar. Another mod by Bayern-Agrar, and say when I say another mod, this is what I was talking about packages. This is going to be a tricky one. This is the Fen Vario Package, 58.94 megabytes download. We have got the Fent 200V, we've got the 300 series, the 700 series, the 900 series, and the 1000 series. These have got a plethora of options on them. And stupidly, one of the things I like most about them is the beacons. You'll see why it's such a stupid thing, but I really do like these small tractors as well, the little orchard tractors and things. I think they look absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure how to tackle this to show you, as there are so many different options. It's 18 slots for the 200, 26 slots for the 300, 25 slots for the 700, 20 slots for the 900, and 20 slots for the 1000 series. Each one of them, they have a load of different options. What I will say now is, so I don't go through all the tyre options on every single one. I will flick through them, but I won't read them all out. This small one only has a rear tyre option, wide or standard. The smaller tractors do have narrow options with them. Not narrow twins, but a narrow rear, and then twins all round. The larger tractors don't have narrow options, but do have the twin options, as you can see. Trying to think what else. We'll have a look at some of the other options in there. It will become more apparent as we go around, but they're all fantastic. They look great, they sound great. So you will find the first of these tractors under small tractors. So the 200 is 77 grand for the base model. The 300 is 107. If we have a look at some first, we've got the option of Trelleborg, Mitres, Vredestein, and back again. Like I said, standard and wide on the rear. It's pretty much the only option on all of those. So you've got a few different tyre choices. Then we've got roof display, and this is the same on all of them. Although the roof display will vary in position, it's not always a roof display, but on this one, if we look there, put that on, it puts a roof display right up underneath, which I'll show you when we get into it because I put it on. Then we've got power settings, and this is to do with, it's difficult to see here, the joystick and controller settings. So you've got that one there, power setting 2, standard. Then you've got Profi 1, changes some button configurations. Profi 2 puts a larger joystick. Then we've got Profi plus setting 1, which is buttons and a smaller stick, then buttons and a larger stick. That's the same on all of them. It has those power settings and Profi settings for just changing the configuration. It doesn't do anything to the actual gameplay at all, but it's just that aesthetic of the options you would get on the real versions. We've got front fender, yes or no. A few of them have got that option. Then we've got beacon lights. On this one, I think it might only be one. We've got right beacon light or no. I think all of the others have a left, a right, or both. It comes folded, which you can unfold for going under low bridges and things like that, or obviously storing in barns and buildings. The engine setup on this one, 79 horsepower, 84, 94, 104, 114 horsepower. We've got main colour. Now this is the same as the, because it was the same modder, the Fent cargo pack. We looked at the front loaders. Same colour options, so you can mix and match them all. So we've got the 3 different greens, and I think I tried to go for a mix throughout the range of these. Again, love the petrol blue, always have done. Then we've got design colour, which changes the roof. That's the same on all of them. Rim colour, the same on all of them, and then license plate option. So if we go to the 300, as I said, design. On these ones, which we have on the other one, we've got a spring holder on the front, adds a spring holder, then hood protection, just stops you cracking into things and damaging your front end. Design package default or chrome on this one. It puts chrome around the light fittings at the front. It's a small thing, but it's there, and I think it changes the grille to chrome as well. No, it stays the same. Then roof display. No, yes, and it puts the display to the side rather than the roof on this one. Power settings the same. Front fender, yes or no. Warning signs on these. Some of these have warning signs. These, the animation on them is fantastic. Absolutely love it. They've done a fantastic job on this mod. Beacon lights, no. Left, right, or both, as I said. Front loader attacher, the other one didn't have, but we have got a quick, Hauer, or the Fent front loader attacher. Engine setup, 113, 123, 133, 142, back again. 142 being the largest engine size you can have on this one. Main colour, same as the other ones. Design colour, again the roof, same as the other one. Rim colour, same as the others. And license plate. So that's the small ones. We go to our medium tractors, is where you'll find the 700. The 700 is 162 grand for the base model. Slot count will come down to 2 from whatever it was I previously said. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Knockin. I didn't show the tyres in the other one, did I? There are a load of tyre options. Trust me, on all of them. And I'll show you what I mean. So I've got standard wheel weights, wides, wide and weights, rear twins, twins, then onto the narrows. So the smaller tractors, the 300, the 700, have narrow options, the large ones don't. Back to standard, and it's the same on pretty much each of the models. I think it might be BKTs, is it? Don't always have the narrow options. Sometimes they do. There are so many different tyre choices to look at in all of these. Let's have a look at BKTs. You will go through and you'll find a set you like. Although yes, it does. It does say narrows. They're not as narrow as the other narrows. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Front parts, spring holder, hood protection are off. Design package. We have chrome exhaust and chrome front. So chrome exhaust for standard front. You can chrome that front end up if you want to. Roof display again, no or yes, puts it to the side. Power settings the same, front fender the same, warning signs the same, beacon lights the same, front loader attacher same. Engine setup on this one: 150, 171, 188, 209, 228, 246. And then we've got same colour options on the main body, the roof, and the rims. From there, we go to our large tractors, and we've got our 900 now, 1000. The 900 starts at 280 grand. The 1000 starts at 329. On the 900, you'll see straight away we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian. Like I said, I'm not necessarily going through all of them. The Nokians, we've got the standard 2. If we go over Trelleborg, standard weights, wides, wide and weights, wide 2s, wide and weights 2, rear twin, twin. Back to standards. There's no narrows on the larger tractors. Design package, default or chrome exhaust. Now that one doesn't have the chrome on the grille, just the chrome exhaust. Roof display again, yes or no. That puts it to the side on that one as well. Power settings, front fender. Again, I'm pretty sure these are all the same after that. Beacon lights. Engine setup, 296 horsepower, 326, 355, 385, 415. Oh, so 415 is the largest horsepower on the 900 Vario. Same options on colours for main body, roof and rims, and then number plate option 2. And then we move on to 1000. Same tyre choices. Oh no, hang on, this doesn't actually. I take that back, I'm sorry. I even wrote it on my notes. Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, back in. Standard wheel weights, wides, wide and weights. I do like the fact that the let's go back. So standard, the actual rear wheel arch changes size as you go up. So wide, the arch changes size automatically. Once it goes to the twins, there's no point, so it goes back to standard. Again, roof display on there, power settings, front fender, yes or no, beacon lights, engine setup on this, 396 horsepower. Hang on. 396 horsepower. 435 horsepower, 476 horsepower, 517 horsepower for the Fent 1050. Main colour, roof colour, rim colour and license plate options all the same on that. So I'll show you what I mean about lights, horn, beacon, lovely. That's got a single beacon, so I won't go into much more detail on that. L1 and R1, we have got left stick side opens and closes the right door. Right stick side opens the left door. Right stick up and down opens the rear door. Interior, that's where it puts your, if you go for the roof display, it puts it there, look. How cool is that? I do like these ones. Very, very cool. Right. Lights off. Where have I got one with doubles? This one's got doubles. So this has got warning things as well. Pay attention to these because I think the animation on these is just terrific. Fold tractor L1 and X does the beacons on the roof So we can fold those up or down. Open cover. Just the detail on just that animation alone. Love it. Absolutely fantastic. L1, R1, we've got left stick side to side, opens and closes the left door on this one. Right stick side to side, opens and closes the roof. And right stick up and down does the rear window. Horn, did, lights. Now I'll show what I mean about the beacons. If you put the beacons on down, it does that. If you've got epilepsy, look away now. Sorry. If you've got any kind of visually triggered, I do apologise, but I just thought that looks really cool on the ground, especially at night. It looks fantastic. I know it's silly, it's such a childish thing to do, but you can put them on like that, and it's all right. I do like the beacons that do that, the more strobing beacons, but just as more kind of more impact like that. It's a silly thing. And if you're on PlayStation 4, I apologise. I know you haven't got the reflecting beacons. I'm not trying to show off. I'm just showing what the mods do. And as we go through them all, like I say, I've gone for various different options. I've gone for the front loader attacher on this one. I've shown you the warning signs opening, beacons raising and lowering, lights, horns, the doors and windows. As we go up through these ranges, do the same thing. Left door opens, roof opens, rear window opens. But they look fantastic. Obviously, I've gone for the baked bean in the much larger. Look at it. It's an absolute monster. On a lot of these other ones, it doesn't put the panel on the roof, it puts it to the side. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. So I know I've kind of raced through those, but you know, if you're going to look for a package of vehicles, you know, you can't go wrong with this. There's some great stuff in here with some really nice options. The Fent Vario Package by Bayern-Agrar. Moving on from there, I need to speed up because I've got a couple to get done. Oh no, I've just realised I've got stuff over the back as well. I'm going to run out of time. We've got the Fortschritt ZT 320 and 323A by AgrarModding, 26.03 megabytes to download. The 323, oh, they're both 14 slots, that's all right. The 323A is a 4-wheel drive, and the 320A is a 2-wheel drive. So it's got the smaller, undriven axle on the front. Nicely detailed. I'm sure we had this on 17, 19, and now 22. Lovely looking tractors. They sound fantastic as well. You'll find these under small tractors on the very end. They're both 55 grand whether you go for the 4-wheel drive or the 2-wheel drive. The options are slightly different on tyres on the 2-wheel drive, so we'll have a quick look at those. I did say slot counts are 14, didn't I? I did. So we've got configuration standard. We can have the brown, the green, or back to standard. So the standard Fortschritt colours. Cover, yes or no, and that puts a cover over the engine. We've got beacon light, yes or no, that puts both on or not. We've got fender, that puts these longer sort of rubberized plasticky fenders down the back. The brackets are there in place, you can have them on there or not. Warning signs, yes or no. They're rather large, but they're certainly going to warn you. Attaches, standard or automatic towing device. So whilst you have a hitch and stuff there, it does have a pin hitch towing device. It's hard to see there because it's all black, but it does put it on there. Front loader attacher, yes or no. We've got wheel setup, wheel weights, rear twins, rear narrow twin, which it looks a lot smaller. I'm not even sure that even touches the ground. But I suppose in situations where you start to bog down, that would spread the weight and help you with the traction. Rim colour, any one of those three, and the license plate option. If we go to the 2-wheel drive option, configuration options are the same for colours, for cover, for beacons, fender, warning sign attachers, front loader attacher. It's the wheels where it gets a little bit different. So we've got standard, wheel weights, narrows does that, and then narrow twins, which is what I think I went for, looks like that. Or we can have a rear narrow twin like the other one. It's got more standard tyre with a narrow on the outside of it. And then rim colour and license plate option are the same on that too. So as you can see, went for the narrow twin on that one. I do love the look of these, I really do. Let's hop in. It does have a door animation too. Beacons, lights, horn. Do you have doors or windows? I don't think we do on this one, no. What's nice about if I stop talking for a second and go inside is the gear changing sounds. But it's the animation as well from outside of the gears being changed. Love it. I know it's not anything necessarily new. I know a lot of vehicles and stuff have it, but I just think that's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. So the Fortschritt ZT323 and 320 A by A modding. Moving on from there, we have got these. These came separately on FS19. This is the Dumpers Pack by Genamsk, 45.94 megabytes down low. We have got the 725A and we've got the 745C. The 725A is 11 slots, the 745C is 9 slots. That's got a 25,000 litre load bay. That one's got a 50,000 litre load bay. I'm just thinking of, although it's a bit big, but I'm thinking of Calmsden with my quarry. That actually would work really well. So if you're doing any work with, again, they're more relevant on FS22, the fact we've got stones now and rock crushers and that kind of thing, it does make it more relevant. Having these on previous versions, especially on console, when we didn't have the mining maps and all those kind of things you'd get on PC, they weren't as relevant, but they are now a little bit more relevant with various different products and things we can do. They look amazing. They're big old units. Looks like the old, is it Volvo? Is it Volvos or Scanias? I'm sure it's the Volvos, but very cool. You'll find them under trucks. I didn't write it down. So the 725A dumper, they're both 180 grand, which when you think about it, well, I suppose if you haven't got a lot of room, but if they're both the same price, you'd go for the one that's double the capacity, wouldn't you? Well, I mean, so the small one's got 309 horsepower. Options available. There are no options within these tyre choices. We've got Trelleborg, Continental, Michelin, back again, and a license plate option. And if we go to the 745C dump truck, same thing, no options within these. Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Nokian, Miters, a few more on that one, and back again. That's it. 25,000 litre. This is a 511 horsepower, so a little bit bigger. Let's hop in, start it up. Unload animation. Very cool. Horn, beacon, lights. They're really nicely modelled. I mean, all the detailing around the articulation point, and you know, at first look, at first glance, you kind of look and think, well, okay, they're a little bit. No, I suppose it's a dump truck. They're a bit boxy looking, a bit kind of flat. But when you get into the nitty gritty of all that's been done on them. Beacon, lights, horn. It's when you go in cab as well. They seem huge. Visibility is incredible on them though, when you look at it. Mirrors all doing their thing. Unload animation. 50,000 litres, that's pretty cool. I know they're not cheap, but you know, especially with the rock thing now, if you've got a map, either whether you put your own quarry on, or I know some of the maps we had in FS19 had quarries, you could do a whole quarrying scenario, which would be amazing. I love them, I think they're brilliant. So anyway, that's the Dumpers Pack by Genamsk, which brings me on to the last of the mods for today, I hope. Actually, it could be tomorrow when this posts. So it could be yesterday. But anyway. Oh, I didn't even show. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Just realised what I forgot to do. Seeing it there, I suddenly thought, oh, I forgot the Hessian Silo. I'm going to say multi-fruit. Wheat, barley, oat, canola, sorghum, olives, sunflowers, soybean, corn, potatoes, sugar beet cut, sugarcane, seed, Totalmix Ration, forage, chaff, wood chip, silage, grass, hay, straw, snow, road salt, lime, pig food, solid fertiliser, stones, mineral feed, manure, and back to wheat again. It takes pretty much everything. I don't think it does liquids. Generally speaking, multi-fruit silos don't, unless it specifies that it's like the Missy B ones, the grain quids, that do a bit of everything. Anyway, so hopefully we should get through these fairly quickly. I'm not sure we will, but we'll try. We have got the John Deere 110, 12, 10, 15, 10G forwarder. These are both by Woodcraft Modding. 27.58 megabytes download, 20 slots on console for the forwarder. And then we've got the tree harvester, the John Deere 1270G series, 28.15 megabytes download and 21 slots on console. This will do cut lengths of half-meter increments up to 20-meter cuts. Large header, load of different options on this, and I just realised, like I said, I'm very conscious of time. We've had quite a lot of mods today and packages with quite a few things in. So if we go to our forestry machines, I'm just kind of gauging price-wise. 225 for a forwarder, 445 for a harvester. Okay, yeah, a bit more expensive. 339 for the base model of the forwarder and 437 for the harvester, which isn't as bad. That's quite expensive, isn't it, for the forwarder? Anyway, so the the 11, 10, 12, 10, 15, 10G options available. We can have knock-ins, we can have Ollisfors or Trelleborgs. Trelleborgs, that's the option you get. And the knock-ins, we've got standards, we've got wides, or we've got wide twos, which reverses the treads on the fronts of those. It's supposed to give better traction and grip and that kind of thing, apparently. Stops as much slip sliding. Then we've got without blade or with blade, no protection, cabin protection, hood protection, or both. Now that says bogey lift. I think it's supposed to say bogey lift. There's a bogey lift option on the front. And I've been looking online to try and find out the purpose for the bogey lift. The only thing I can think of is for going on steeper inclines. It might be for turning capability. I couldn't get a definitive answer. I'm sure someone that operates these will know. But if we go with bogey lift, it puts some whiz-bangery in there, which allows you to lift the suspension on that. Then on this one, we've got narrow load space or slightly wider load space for an extra grand. Might as well go for the large one. Then engine capacity or size, we've got the 1110G, 197 horsepower, the 1210G at 212, and then the 1510G at 223 horsepower. Price goes up a fair bit for those. Those are the options on the forwarder. And then the harvester itself, same thing. Oh, I didn't, hang on, sorry. Oh, see, it's because I'm getting towards the end of this. I didn't go through all the options. Ollisfors. Now, Ollisfors, this gets a little bit mad. It's the same on both. We've got EcoTrack, Baltic, EX, Kovacs, Magnum. Then we go on to EvoTrack 2, which puts the tracks on the back, not the front unit. Again, Baltic, EX, Kovacs, Magnum. Then we go to 3. Now, all that does, it changes the size of those tracks ever so slightly. So we get a slightly larger tread on the Ollisfors, if you want to say that. These go through options of EcoTrack 3, front then rear, all the way up to EcoTrack 8. If I just quickly 4, 5, 6. It just gives you slightly larger tracks each time, then onto the 8s. Yeah, it's a bit mad, really. Anyway, so there's all those options on there. Right. So on this one, knock-in, standard 2, standard 3. Standard 3 takes the double axle on the back and puts it a single larger. Standard 4, back to standard. Ollisforce, again, we've got the Eco Track options. Just changes all the various different things. We go through all the various different track options. There are loads to choose from. This goes up to 8 as well. Yep. Oh, 9s, okay. Of course we'd go higher. There we go. Then we got design, standard, rear protection, protects all the engine bay, cab protection or both. Then we've got standard tank capacity, and this is for your fuel. 390 litre, or it puts an extra tank on the side there, takes it to 480 litre if you're going to be doing extended operations out in the forest. So, let's hop in this. So, crane operations aren't much different to normal crane operations on any of these sorts of mods. So, up, down, left, right. On my left, L1, R1, we've got up, down, and the in and out of the boom. Swing that around a little bit. Then L1, R1, rotate the head, open and close the head. That's your crane operation, pretty much. We do have straps on the back, but not on the actual grab. So for holding your logs. And if we change by triangle, control group crane to control group extra functions, we open cover, does that. And that's the bogey lift. Close cover, let's have it down again. We've got toggle steering mode on here. So you've got automatic crane tracking or manual crane tracking. At the moment, it's on automatic. And if I change driving direction, L1, R1 and X, so once you get to out into the field and you're doing your operation, if I go back to crane, as I move the crane, if we go in cab, if I move the crane, the cab moves. Now, although the crane protection, cab protection is great, it does hamper visibility, I'll be honest. So it will do it like that. That's another camera angle, and that's back to normal. If I change that, toggle steering to manual cabin control, and then I move the crane moves, but I don't. So, which one was it? Oh, there we go. So L1, R1, and left stick side to side, I can manually control where my cabin sits. It's an interesting option, something a little bit different. I think what else there was. Oh, blade. What was blade function? Oh, there's so many options in this. So, on L1 and right stick side up and down, I can extend the back, open on the forwarder, so I've got more option for longer logs. Then it was, where's my blade gone? There we go. L1, R1 and up and down, I can do my blade. I can use my blade for either pushing log piles, or you can kind of raise it up a little bit if you want to get, I think it makes it a bit more unstable in all honesty, but it's more for just pushing log piles is what it's designed for. I'm trying to think, is that all the options on that? I think it is. Lights. Not sure how I did that. Lights. Lights don't seem to be very bright. That's all. That's weird. Now, oddly, these had an update from when I put them in. Yeah, from when I put them into the map to start doing the mod review to actually doing the mod review, they got an update, which is peculiar. Anyway, turn the engine off on that. Then we go to the harvester itself. So, harvester itself, we do have the change cut length option. So, under L1 triangle, as said, half metre increments, that goes all up to 20 metres. And then back to 1 again. Unfold tree harvester, L1 and up on the D-pad. Starts off quite slow, but then it kind of, so it gains momentum. There we go. We do have the option for automatic crane tracking and manual again on this one. So as I move my crane, the cab will move automatically, or you can set that manually if you want to. That's a nice view. I like that. Does make life a little bit easier. Actually, while we're here, we can actually turn that on. So turn on tree harvester. Opens the head. Options for the head then, we can rotate it left or right. We can open and close the grab manually, but also with L1, R1 and left stick. I do like that with harvesters, the tilting of the head. So if you drop a tree or there's a tree on the ground, you can actually put that down onto it, press cut and it will grab it, and then you can pick the log up off the floor. That's a really nice function, and I like that when you get harvesters that have that as an option. What else are we going to do here? So we've got our up, down and side to side under L1 and right stick, and R1 and right stick. We've got extension of the boom and then in and out. I'm not a big fan of this style. It just takes a bit of getting used to, a bit of practice, that's all really. Horn, lights. Again, it's not like, I know it's light out, but normally you get that kind of, you get the light showing on the ground. It's not actually, doesn't appear. I wonder if something's, turn these off. Nothing seems to be lighting up. That's peculiar. And yeah, it harvest trees as it's supposed to. Not really any more to it than that. I'm just trying to think what else I can show you on there. We've got control group with an extra functions. Extra functions. No, it's just the crane tracking really. So if we can get a cut in here. I think we've got to set 1 meter. I'm going to change that cut length to 5s. Doesn't really matter, but. There you go. Neat, tidy, does the job. And that's it for the mods for, well, today, possibly yesterday, depends when this gets posted. So that's the John Deere 1110, 1210, 1510G and the 1270G series, both by Woodcraft Modding. Apologies if I've missed any of the options on there. I think I covered everything, but I might have missed something. That's it for the mods for today. Quite a few to choose from. Some really, really cool ones in here, with a whole load of options. Some nice prices, not bad slot counts, not bad downloads either. Hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.